I can run, I can race for hours and hours and don't stop. I can float, I
Hey
can fly
everyone,
to the
Kangaroo here. I wanted to just do another video because I'm on a roll and I have coffee in my system. By the way, if y'all want to know what coffee I'm drinking, this is the coffee that I'm drinking. Kenyan coffee from Trader Joe's. It's really strong and robust and good, and I'm up. Anyway, I wanted to do this video. It is about female relationships, like female to female relationships, and I feel like a lot of people like I talk about like how like, oh man, I want friends, but like not a lot. I just want like one good friend or like two good friends because we moved recently, or like I talk about loneliness or just talk about certain things. People are like, oh, why don't you go to a mom's group? Why don't you do this? Why don't you dive into that? And I'm like, you don't really know me. And so I guess I wanted to do a video about female relationships, kind of in general, I guess. And so yeah, my mom, like growing up, she didn't have like a ton of girlfriends, but like the ones that she had, for the most part, like I just don't remember there ever being like any like, I mean, I'm sure there was, but like I don't remember witnessing like petty, typical, stereotypical, female drama and stuff. So I'm thankful for that. I know, like when I was growing up, I was a cheerleader. I did softball. I did volleyball. I did basketball. I did everything under the sun. I was a very active kid. And so I feel like I was around a lot of girls, like all the time. All the sports I played were all girls teams. So, yeah, when I was younger, like I guess I just started noticing like all of the drama and like all of these problems. Most of the time, in my mind, I would be on the outside, like kind of watching for the most part, and I was like, okay, so all of this drama basically always goes back to like boys and like competition. Like I got in a fight in 8th grade for the sole reason, like a physical fist fight for these, like with a girl I barely even knew. Like I didn't even, like I knew who she was, but like I never talked to her. Like I never had a problem with her. But like it was because I guess she and this boy broke up. His name is Adam Swanson. If you're out there, Adam Swanson, hey, that fight was over you. But yeah, I got in this fight. Yeah, over this boy. She like came up and she was like all in my face, and like she put her finger like that close to my face. And my mama did not raise me to like let someone put their finger in your face and put their hands on you and like you not protect yourself, right? So she was like all in my face, and I didn't know what she was mad about. I just knew like, here's this random person angry with her finger in my face, and then she touched my cheek, and it was just like on from there, like on like Donkey Kong. Like I knocked her butt out. And I got in really big trouble, and I'm not proud of being violent, but I just remember it was just about like competition. It was over a boy. Like she was like, you're my competition, and right now you're beating me, and I have to get angry and dramatic and like cause a scene. And I just remember being like, why? Like, okay, I just cannot be with females, because it's like all of the gossip, all of like the drama was literally it all, in some way it went back to a boy, or guys in general finding them attractive, and like the enemy girls being competition. And so I decided from a young age, like I was not going to be dealing with that. So really all throughout middle school and high school, my closest friends were boys. Like most of them were like guys. And I know like my dad didn't really understand it. He was just like, I remember my dad would always be like, you don't want more girlfriends? And I'm like, no, girls are dramatic and petty, and I don't really have time to be like policing my speech because I hurt this girl's feelings, because she has low self-esteem, because she's comparing herself, because in her mind we are in competition. Like I just don't have time to like dissect all of that and then like therapy her through it. I was not going to be on three-way doing therapy. And so thankfully I had 3 really good girlfriends who were not petty because their mother was like my mom's best friend, and like she wasn't petty and my mom wasn't petty, and so they weren't petty and we weren't petty. So if we had drama, it was over like legit issues, like whose bamboo stick does this is this, like, is this bamboo stick yours or yours? You know what I'm saying? Or like, you're in my territory. Like, get out of my play fort, or like legit issues, right? Not like boys. And so, yeah, like the competition thing was just never something that was deeply ingrained in me. I never had I feel like another issue is like these fake beliefs that we have about us as like women, like pseudoscience and like bad science will say the female brain is so much more different than the male brain because of estrogen that women have no choice but to cry and be dramatic and gossip and not be able to tell the truth to another woman's face, but she has to go behind her back and backstab because that's just how women are. That's how women are. And somehow we've made this into like our biology, and that is crap and that's ridiculous, but it's something that we believe. And I feel like that is another thing that's like that hinders female to female relationships, and it's typically why I kind of like back out after like a little bit of prying and like testing of whatever female I'm like trying or hoping to be friends with. I'm kind of like, okay, let me throw this bone out there. Do you think this about women in general? And whatever. I also feel like society creates insecurities in us. So like from the time we're young, we're compared as far as like being cute and beauty, and like shirts will do it, and like TV does it, magazines does it, like it's like music does it. Every outlet coming into us, like from the age of like being a baby, young girls, to being adults, like with the princess, she is the fairest of them all. She's the most beautiful. She was the most beautiful woman in all the land. It's instantly, we don't even realize it, but like these princess Disney stories and whatever, it's like she was the best looking, therefore she was better, therefore she's elevated. And it creates that competition, and it creates these false beliefs, and then it creates insecurities from just a very young age. And so we're often stuck with that unless we have like parents around us that don't show that behavior at all. So then it's you don't listen to the music, and you just don't have all the outlets coming at you. But if we let those outlets into our children, obviously they pick it up. Magazines do it. You want to be the most in shape mom. You want to be the mom that all the other moms want to be around, the alpha mom. Because when you're the alpha mom, then you have all the friends, and you get to pick and choose. And if you're not the alpha mom and you don't get invited to the birthday party, then something is wrong with you. That is what we get told. So when you create new insecurities in people, now you create competition. And I mean, I feel like I hit on this on my social media the last few days, but like even like a lot of like these MLM companies that are out right now, like a lot of them are legit, a lot of them are good, a lot of them do a lot of good things for people. But I have noticed more negative side effect, I guess, of this cure is creating new insecurities in people. And one of them is like, if you lose weight and if you diet or change your lifestyle and change your mindset, then you will be happier, which means you will have more friends, and then you'll just be like, your life will be perfect, basically. And it's like, that's not true. You can't, I don't care how much you rap your fat off, work it off, eat it off, grow your eyelashes, have your lipstick stay on long enough, have best jewelry, have the best skin, whatever it may be, that whoever's trying to sell you on, it's probably good for you, yes, but like there's also nothing like wrong with you, unless like you legitimately are like inside your organs are legitimately unhealthy, which oftentimes they are, but like that's never the focus. The focus is always like the before and after pictures, right? It's never like, here's my health, report from before. Look at that cholesterol level. Here's my health report after. You will almost never see that post. Why? Because it's about creating the physical insecurity that everyone can see. You have love handles, you have the mommy flab, you have wiggly arms, you have blotches on your skin, your eyelashes are short, your lipstick runs off. Whatever it may, whatever it is, it's about highlighting that insecurity. Or if you didn't think about those love handles or that back fat, I'm going to make you think about it now with my before and after picture, boo. So that you can realize you have a problem, so that I can give you a cure. And I feel like that's so harmful to women. And really often, think about it. Some of these programs there's men who have all these issues, but you don't necessarily always see men doing as many before and after my skin. Yes, you do see it, obviously, but you don't see as many. Why? Because the culture of physical appearance competition is not as strong with men. The culture with insecurity, up until this point, I think, has not been as strong with men in the area of physical appearance. It's more about like who does it better in the bedroom and like who makes more money and who's the more macho, right? It's not necessarily like who has less back fat right here. I mean, yes, that does exist in the male world, obviously, but it's not as strong because society doesn't make it as big of a deal. And so all of those things are such big hindrances and issues in the female to female relationships that for me, it's not something that like I want to like sit there and fight and overcome and like be someone's therapist, right? So I just tend to do these 3 things that helps me have healthy, good, better than I feel like most females I kind of hear talk about their relationships with other females. I feel like my relationships with the females that are my actual friends are better. And these 3 things. 1, I feel like I try to encourage other women like that I like, genuinely. Like, I'm not going to compliment your hair or your earrings if I think they look bad. I'm just not going to say anything at all. Or if we are like legit friends like that, I'm going to be like, okay, honey, those earrings are not for you. Try these because now you're popping. Now you look good, boo. But that's only if I feel like that's the kind of friend that wants my opinion and trust it. I have friends like that, and I have friends where like I'm gonna let you go outside in something that may not look as good because you think you look good, and that's all that you need is to feel like you look good. I don't care. So it's just knowing different friends. But I do try to encourage genuinely, and I try to accept genuine encouragement. Like I try really hard not to do the whole self-defeating thing. Like, oh, Candace, I love your hair. Oh, really? It's so gross. I hate my hair. It's so stinky. It's ugly. That whatever. I just try to like, oh, thank you. That's really nice. And I try not to like automatically shoot back a compliment because I feel like that kind of like takes away from the compliment, right? Number 2, I really focus on low maintenance friends. Right now I'm in a season of trying to get to know new people and like make new friends. My biggest thing is low maintenance. If I feel like you're the type of person that like if I don't text you right back within an hour, you're going to be like destroyed and calling my phone and leaving voicemails and emailing me and texting me again and hitting up my social media and stalking me and lurking. Like you replied on Facebook, but then you couldn't answer my text. You're not a low maintenance friend. And I actually, like for my own health, I can't handle that. Like I have to answer, I answer to my husband because we're in a partnership, we're in a relationship. And like, like my mom and my dad and like my stepmom and like my mom's best friend, like I call her my coach Kita. Like those are like the people, that I feel like I have to answer to. Outside of that, like, excuse me, outside of that, like I need very low maintenance friends, which praise God, Baruch Hashem, alhamdulillah, like I have that. I have friends who are so low maintenance, and it's like we can go a week or even 2 weeks without like texting or talking, and we pick up right where we left off. No one's hurt, no one's feeling like, oh my gosh, you abandoned me. It's just like, I get it. Like your life, I get it. My life is busy too. No, like it's not a problem, So I encourage you guys, find some low maintenance friends, unless you are a high maintenance person and you want high maintenance friends, that's fine too. But I'm low maintenance, I want low maintenance friends. That may help in your female to female interactions and relationships. And lastly, if I find myself starting a friendship and building a friendship, and then I find myself feeling like, ooh, this person is not who I thought they were, or this person is dramatic, or this person does gossip a lot about other people, or this person, whatever, or this person is like trying to be in competition with me, which I find that often. Like, oh my goodness, like there's so many times where like, you know, you're trying to get to know someone, or you're at a play date or whatever, and someone's husband comes in, and you'll feel this like weird thing, and then like they'll like put you down in front of their man just to make sure he knows your flaws. And like it's always like something that like they have better, or you know, whatever. It's like, oh, haha, Candace, you don't need this, you're so flat-chested. Yeah, you won't need this. And it's like, why are you talking about like my breast size in front of your husband anyway? Like, you didn't even have to put me down in that moment. Like, you chose to like bring that up because you have double D's. Your husband knows you got knockers, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, that has happened so many times that this is my solution, this is my tip, this is what I do, this is like my last step. I bow out. Just bow out. I bow out early, y'all. Like, I'm not going to compete. I'm not going to entertain anyone competing with me. It's just, I don't have time for it. Like, I don't have the energy, the time. I don't care. And I also don't want to enable that sort of behavior. So it's like you treat them like a toddler. You just like bow out. And often, like, I'm nice enough to like try to give like a warning, like, hey, like, you said this, I really didn't like that. It felt like you were competing or doing this, and like that's just not what I'm down with. And oftentimes, you know, that never goes well when you're like that direct as a female. I feel like I've heard a lot of times like, you just said that? Oh my gosh, like you can't just come out and say that, Candace. The singing tones that women often do, you know. And I think I do it too, and it's just like, why can't we be direct? Like, yes, let's as women, let's practice being more direct with respect, honor, and love to one another. And I give that warning, and when that warning is not like heated, then I bow out. I will ghost you. Like, because I already gave you a warning. So after I give you the warning of like, I can't be in a relationship that's competitive, if you're still like competitive, I will not answer your phone calls. I will not, you know, whatever. We just won't even be friends. Now, if we're already friends and you start doing that, then I'll sit you down, we'll have coffee, I'll talk. I will break up with you like I'm breaking up with like an ex-boyfriend, you know, like a boyfriend. Like, I will break up with you. But I mean, it's just, I feel like it's necessary to like maintain a healthy life, to just not have toxic friendships. So hopefully you guys like this video. My voice is hurting, so I think I'm gonna be done tonight. Sorry that you've watched 3 videos of me in the same outfit, and it's like this baseball cap, but I really like this cap. It probably doesn't look great on camera, but it's Sunset and Vintage Flex. It is my brother-in-law's company out in LA, out in California, and they have really, really nice, like really cool stuff on there. This is like my favorite hat. I don't even know if this hat's on the website, but it's cute. I love it. Anyway, all right, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, bye everyone.
I can run, I can race for hours and hours and don't stop.